Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I am Q of Eclectic Tarot, your favorite spiritual home girl, tarot reader, spiritual worker, and astrologer. And today we are going to look into the energy surrounding one Russell Brand. I woke up this morning, checked the news, see what's going on in the world, and per the United Kingdom, per their authorities, Russell Brand, who I believe is a comedian, I've never watched any of his work, but Russell Brand, who is a comedian, he has been charged with one count of, I believe, the RAPE word and one count of, I believe, oral, some type of oral um, situation. And I don't know how it is in the United Kingdom, but here in the United States, you are innocent until proven guilty. So, I don't know what's going on. Everything is alleged. He will have his time in a UK court. But I found the title of this article interesting because Russell Brand, per this article, and this is from People Magazine, Russell Brand admits that he was a quote sex addict, end quote, and a quote imbecile, end quote, but denies RAPE allegations. And he has every right to deny those allegations and defend himself in court. So, what we're going to do is we're going to look into this. We're going to look into this and see what Spirit has to say about this at all. So, just grab yourself a quick cup of tea or sip of water. We won't be here too long while we look into this. All right, so I've removed that screen out of the way so we can have all the focus here on these here cards because I'm curious myself. I'm curious myself. So let me start shuffling and let me get into it. Before I get into it, let me just say that a lot of people ask me about this tarot deck. This is called Tarot Apocalypsis. So, and I got it on Amazon in like 2014. So if you're interested in getting that deck, go ahead and go on to Amazon and get it yourself. Tarot Apocalypsis. But let's see. Let me ask the first question. So, Spirit, what kind of energies are surrounding Russell Brand and these allegations? Okay. Okay, so the first card we have is the Ace of Swords, and it's in reverse for me. Okay, the next card is the Emperor, which is a major arcana card. The next card that we have is Temperance, which is also a major arcana card. So what I'm getting that, okay, I'm getting that from this situation. I kind of feel like just energetically there was some type of, I don't want to say force, right? Because we all know the RAPE word. There's a lot of energy as it pertains to force, right? Right? Something unwanted with the RAPE word, but we have this emperor here, and the emperor here is lots of male energy, male potency. A lot of this is energetics and symbolism around the phallus. If you look at the astrological symbol for Mars, it's a circle with an up pointed arrow, which is always, always, always representative of the phallus, the male physical sexual organ, right? And then we have temperance here. This temperance here for me, especially we're here with this deck. If you want to look at the card, this is mixing. This is illicit drugs. This is alcohol. This is altered states. This is sometimes micking, roofing, things happening with things happening when you're in an altered state of mind. And then we have this Ace of Swords in reverse. So I feel like there is some issue with, all of this right now, this is saying that there's an issue with um conversations, maybe consent, maybe consent, maybe consent as it pertains to people who partake in alcohol and or drugs and then become sexually involved together. And then again, we have Mars here. This is energy, this is action, this is crude sexual energy. This is sometimes it's force, and sometimes it is Mars. Think about people who are military leaders, right? It's what your leader says goes, right? So this is, I'm not saying that he did it or not. This is entertainment. This is alleged. He will have his day in court where, whatever happens, he will be able to present his side of things. But yeah, so energetically, we're starting off with, okay, so maybe there were some things partake in, maybe drugs, maybe alcohol, maybe alter states. We have all the symbolism surrounding force, sex, maleness, aggression, action. And then we have something wasn't said. There were words that were not said. There were thought processes, things that were not thought through, words that were not said. So yeah, so this is the energy right off the bat. This is the energy right off the bat. So the next question I want to ask Spirit is, Russell admits, per that headline that we saw, that he's a sex addict, or he was a sex addict. Okay, tell us about him being a sex addict. And these cards are slipping out of my hand, but tell us about him being a sex addict. Okay. Okay, we have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Interesting. We have the Two of Cups here. And we have the Eight of Cups. I feel like his potential, he said he was a sex addict. I feel like this is, from looking at these cards, I feel like him being a sex addict, this has, I mean, he said it himself, but I feel like him being a sex addict, I feel like this has the potential, or had the potential, to ruin his romantic partnerships. Okay. So I don't know if he was married or had a girlfriend or whatnot in the past, but I feel like he wants to be partnered. I feel like he wants to have someone to love. Like I said, I don't know if he's married. I don't know if he has a girlfriend. Or a boyfriend. I don't know his sexual orientation. I'm not here for that. But I kind of feel like that sexual addict energy, his self-admitted being a sexual addict, it's something that he needs to work on, because it caused his romantic partners to walk away or even think about walking away and leaving the relationship as far as intimacy goes. So, we've seen the conversations before where people said they were addicted to the P word, and them being addicted to the P word, they couldn't perform well with their partners, or they were so addicted to it that they expected their partners to act sexually in a fashion akin to what you see in the P word, right? The word that starts with a P and ends with an N, right? So that energetics and stuff like that, it doesn't shock me. Let's see if there's anything else. Yeah. Whoever this partner is or was, I kind of feel like if they haven't left him because of this, it's something that they're thinking about. Yeah, we got the Ace of Cups here. Queen of Swords. Okay, so I'm kind of feeling like this may have been more than one woman or romantic partner leaving Russell because of it. So that's very, very interesting. This Ace of Cups, I really feel like he does want to be partnered. He does want to um or truly, truly be loved and find love. Again, I don't know what his romantic relationship status is right now, but yeah, I kind of feel like this sex addict energy, he said it himself. I kind of feel like it causes problems for him. It causes problems for him. So that's very interesting. So I'm gonna put these back in here. I'm going to shuffle. I'm going to shuffle and let's see. Spirit, what can you tell us about these allegations? Are these allegations true, not true, unfounded? Tell us about these allegations against Russell Brand, Spirit. All right, so okay, strength, major arcana card. Ace of Swords has shown itself again. Ten of Pentacles. Interesting. Are these allegations as it pertains to trying to get some money? Is this a way to try to strong arm this man out of money because he is a celebrity? Right. Again, I've never um partaken of his work. I've never watched his work, but he is a celebrity, and celebrity is a loaded word because with that comes the loaded energy of someone who is financially well off. And we see this Ten of Pentacles here. Okay, Ten of Pentacles. These are all the coins. Okay, all the coins. And then we have, like I said, we have this Ace of Swords again, and then we have strength here. And I'm just like, is this okay? Strength. Could this be? Could this be um someone potentially making false statements to try and get money from Russell Brand? Could it be? I mean, again, I don't know. We just looking into what spirit got to say to us. Could this be? Could this be? Because we do know that there are people who quote unquote lie and scheme and bring false allegations against regular people and celebrities, especially when they're upset or a relationship has ended or the business deal has went south. These things have happened before. These things have happened before. So seeing this here, the strong arming him out of money with these allegations, the vocal allegations, because Ace of Swords is, the things that are said. This is also paperwork. Okay, swords also represents paperwork. So, filing a police report or you're, getting ready to sue. So submitting that paperwork for the court system so that person can be charged with, so all of that is there too. So this is interesting. Let's see if Spirit has anything else to say about this. Okay. Okay, so we have Princess of Pentacles. This is in reverse. So this is what it looks like for me. This is Princess of Pentacles in reverse. So, okay. Is this a young woman or is this a woman from his past? I didn't fully get into the article. I just saw the headline. I don't know how long ago this was, but is this someone from his past? Is this a woman from his past? Okay. A woman from his past. Okay, Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles. This is like receiving money or giving money away, right? Receiving money or giving money away. So is this woman or is the accuser from his past, and is this just strictly a grab for money? Is this what this is? Okay. King of Cups. Now, those of you who have been around my channel and have seen me do readings for so long, you know that whenever I see this guy, it's not good. So I'm kind of feeling like, was there some type of agreement or potentially going on with some money? I kind of feel like this is the energetic surrounding these allegations is something to do with money. I feel like this is something to do with money because we have 3 money cards here. Okay. 3 money cards here because yes, Princess of Pentacles, right? The coins, right? The material wealth and things. I kind of feel like this person might be mad at him because the picture of Russell Brand has curly hair, and look at this guy. Okay, you can kind of say that this king has, he has a coif going on, even though it's a coif, a wreath or whatnot, but that could be taken as, listen, I don't know what's going on here. I don't know what's going on here, but I'm kind of feeling like this is driven by by money, right? I kind of feel like this is driven by money, and I kind of feel like with this allegations, maybe this was someone that did have quote unquote consensual sex with him or consensual something with him, but maybe they realized they didn't like it, or maybe they were under the influence. I don't know how those laws are in the UK. If two people are under the influence and they both agree to a sexual situation, is it really RAPE? Is it? And there's semantics, there's nuance or whatnot. But then I'm looking at this, I'm trying to figure out, like, is this a the headline that I saw didn't mention the P word, the PDF word. It didn't mention that. So, but I'm wondering if this is something that happened like in his past. If this was something from his past, or a situation or situations from his past, and it's coming back to haunt him when there really wasn't anything wrong. So that's very interesting. Let's see. Spirit, do you have anything else to say about this situation? Okay, because this is just, and he has the right to defend himself in a UK court of law. And again, all this is alleged. We don't have proof, physical proof of anything. All we know is that he has these charges right now. But yeah, let's see if Spirit has anything else to say before I get on out of here. Let's see. Spirit, do you have anything else to say about this? All right, let's see. King of Pentacles in reverse. So here we are again. Here we are again. Okay. So money again. A man with money. Eight of Swords in reverse. Okay. Eight of Swords in reverse. So, okay. So, oh, we have Death in reverse. So, what I'm getting from this is Mr. Brand has a potential to be drained of coinage from this. Be drained of coinage from this. The question is, if this was consensual sexual contact, was it done in a way that could backfire on him? Was he, so into it or so ready for the alleged sexual activities that he didn't fully think things through? And he kind of backed himself into a corner that would later come back to bite him in the buttocks, right? Yeah, and then we have Death reversed, right? Okay, so this is, I don't want to say this is going to be a big thing for him, but I kind of feel like this has the potential to change him, change who he is. I don't know how old he is, if he's had his Saturn return or not, or I would have to look at his chart. Um, but yeah, this is, even though it's a recent news headline, this is serious energy for him. This is serious energy for him. And I don't know how he's going to deal with it. We don't know what's going to come of this moving forward. Um, but yeah, I kind of feel like this has the potential to drain him of his coins. And I kind of feel like this may get him to think about his future encounters sexually, because I kind of feel, I don't want to say this is a setup, but you know how some people do things and they don't know that what they do could potentially back them into a corner or make something look bad even though it wasn't bad. I kind of feel like this is what he's going through with this. I kind of feel like this is what he's going through with this. So let me put these cards back in and do one last shuffle and see if Spirit has any advice for him. Let me put these cards back in, reshuffle, and see if Spirit has any advice for him. Spirit, what kind of advice do you have for Mr. Russell Brand? Protect your neck and your check and your chest. Yeah. Six of Pentacles. Oh. Here we go again. King of Pentacles. Advice. We got Five of Pentacles right here. Everything that he does, the advice from Spirit is do what you got to do to protect your money. Do what you got to do to protect your money, because situations like this have the potential to, okay, because this is six of Pentacles in reverse. That rice is falling out of this bowl. You hear? That rice is falling out of this bowl. That's losing money. King of Pentacles is in reverse. Okay, man down on his money. Okay, and then we have the Five of Pentacles that's upright. That's a bad financial day. That's a bad financial day. So Russell Brand, you probably won't ever see this, but don't be afraid to do whatever you have to do to truly protect money that you have worked for and earned. Whether it's I don't know if you potentially have to get consensual agreements with people that you have romantic encounters with who are not your spouse or whatever. I don't know. But Russell Brand, you gotta do you gotta do a better, you gotta get better at protecting your money. So yeah, Russell, I wouldn't want to trade places with him right now. I would not want to trade places with him with these type of allegations over his head. So we've just looked into Russell Brand. We've just looked into Russell Brand and these allegations, charges of RAPE and an oral sexual misconduct coming from the UK. Today is what, April 4th? Yeah, today is Friday, April 4th. So yeah. So we've just looked into this, and I do wish him the best of luck. Again, I would not want to trade places with him with allegations like this hanging over his head. So Russell Brand, I wish you good luck. And thank you all for joining me. Thank you all for watching this. Let me know what you think in the comments below about these cards, the energy so far, the situation overall. All right. So I love y'all. Take care. Bye.